Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing good. So, today we will start with the exercise 3.3 of the chapter Square and Square Root. What we are supposed to do in this exercise is we will come across some of the question where we have to find whether a number is a perfect square or not. So, here is another type. By repeated subtraction of odd numbers starting from 1, find whether the following number are perfect square or not. If the number is a perfect square, find this. Suppose I am having a number 1 to 1. What we will do it, we will subtract this number consecutively by some of the odd numbers which is in ascending order. We will get the answer, and at the end it is necessary that we will get 0 for a perfect square, and if we are not getting 0, that number will not be a perfect square. So let me show you one of the question. Root of 1 to 1. We will write 1 to 1 like this, subtract 1. 1 is an odd number, we will get 120. We will write this answer 120 here and then subtract with another odd number. Second one is 3. So what we will get? 117. We will write 117 here. Now subtract the another odd number will be 5. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, this kind. What we will get? 112. Here we will write 112. We will subtract with 7 and we get 105. Now I am having 105. I will subtract with 9. I got 96. Here I wrote 96 and I subtracted with another odd number which is 11. The answer will be 85. I wrote 85 and I subtract with, because after subtracting at the end note I am getting 0. So let me explain you this question in an easy way. What we supposed to do is we will take the number, we will subtract one of the odd number, the first odd number, we will get an answer. We will write this answer here. Then we will subtract this answer with another odd number. Okay. We will write answer here. So in all the steps we are doing the same thing. Subtracting the number with an odd number and writing the answer on the another side. Then subtracting the answer with another odd number. Okay. Up to the situation we get a 0. Okay. If we get a 0, then we will write it a perfect square. If we get some of the number on which subtraction does not follow, that person will not be a perfect square. Okay. I will give you one of the example where the number is not a perfect square. So, how do we say that 121 is the square root of 11? By counting the number of odd numbers we have subtracted. Like we were having 11 odd numbers here, so the square root of 121 is 11. Here I have another number which is 55. So I'll do it in the same manner as I have done the question number 1. 55 minus 1 is equals to 54. 54 minus 2 is equals to 52. 52 minus, it will be 3. 1, 3. Okay. So it will be 51. 51 minus 5 is equals to 46. 46 minus 7. It will be 39. 39 minus 9. It will be 30. 30 minus 11. I am going to get 19. 19 minus 13. 6 minus 15. So say if I subtract 6 out of 15, I will get an answer in negative. So negative answer is not possible here. Therefore, we will say that 55 is not a perfect square. Students, today I am going to start with the question number 2 of exercise 3.3. So, in question number 2, the question is find the square root of the following number by prime factorization method. As I taught you in 7th standard, the prime factorization method, where you have to divide each of the number with a prime number, starting from the lowest prime to the highest prime, and you will get a number which we have used twice and thrice, pairing those numbers and finding the square of the number. I taught you this concept in class 7th. Look at the question number 1, which is 784. We will find the square root like this. The square root of 784. I will write 784 like this and take out its prime factors. For the prime factorization, we will start with the lowest prime number, which is 2. Here I divided with 2. 2, 3 is the 6. 2 9s are 18 and 2 2s are 4. Then again 2. 2 1 is the 2. 2 4s are 2. 2 9s are 18. 2 1s are 2. 12. Then again it can be divided with 2. 2 9 is the 18. 2 8s are 16. It can be 2. 4s are 8. 2 9s are 18. Now it is 49. It can be divided with 7 only. 7 7 is the 49 and 7 upon 1. Now we can see in prime factorization, we write, in prime factorization we will write dividend here, divisor, quotient in the next line, and divisor here. It is same as division, but the places where we will write dividend, quotient and divisor is a bit different. Whereas in a simple division case, we write dividend here, divisor here, quotient here, whereas something we have divided is remainder here. Got it? So prime factorization is similar to your simple division, whereas the divisor will always be a prime number only. I think I am clear with the concept of prime factorization. Now you can do it in your own. I am coming over the next step. So I will write 784 is equal to 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 7 into 7. I will form the pair, which is 2 square into 2 square into 7 square. Okay, I can write it like 2 into 2 into 7 is the whole square, 784. Now I will take the square root on both the sides. Square root, we all know that under root is equals to 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2. So I will write 2 into 2 into 7 into 2 into 1 by 2. Whereas we will write 784 in the same manner. 2 deducted. This is your first question, that's why I am telling you in a elaborated manner. In the next question we will do it directly. To 7. 2 to 4, 4 7, 28. 28 is the answer. 784 is the square root of 28. Got it? 7. The square root of 784 is and 2 9 are 18. Again dividing with 2. So it is not possible because remainder will left. So what we will do? We will divide with 47. And as I made you to learn the square of 47 is 2209. So I will write 47 here again. Okay, I will divide this 47 with 47. I get 1. Now I will write 8836 is equals to 2 into 2 into 47 into 47. I will write it like 2 raised to the power 2, 47 raised to the power 2. I will write 2 into 47 power 2. Putting the square root on both the side, 8836. Same thing, the power of square is equals to 1 by 2. It will be deducted and I will get 47. 2 into 47 is equals to 94 is the answer. So 836. The square root of 8836 is 94. Here is the answer. Here is another question of the same type, that is, I will try to factorize it. Here at the unit place it is 5, so I will divide it with 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 8s are 40, and 5 5s are 25. Here is 25, so I will place 0, 5. Again dividing it with 5. 5 3 is the 15, 5 6 is 30, and 5 1 is the 5. Now 361. 361 is the square of 19. I will divide it directly with 19 and I am getting here 19 again. I will divide it with 19 and here 1 I get. I will write this 9025 as 5 into 5 into 19 into 19. I will write this 5 square into 19 square, 5 into 19 the whole square, 9025. I will put a under root on both the side and this under root and square will be deducted together and I will get 19 into 5. 19 is the 95 is the answer. Okay, 90. You will write it like this. The square root of 9025 is 95. This is the answer. Okay child, this is for today. I am giving you some of the questions as homework. Give me the answer. You can send me your answer before 5 p.m. Before 5 p.m. not after 5 p.m. Okay, on my personal number. Thank you. Okay, good morning students. So today we will start our exercise 3.3 from the question number 3. Okay, it is the same kind of question which you have to solve in by using some other method, like find the square root of the following numbers by using the prime factorization method. Here you have to find the square root of the number by simple prime factorization, which we have done in question number 2, but the form of question is a bit different. Here the question is in either fraction or decimal form. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how we will solve. Let's start. So here the question is written in mixed fraction form. What we will do first, we will try to write it in a simple either proper or improper fraction form. Okay, for converting this kind of mixed fraction, what we supposed to do, we will multiply this 121 with 9 and add this 67, and the denominator will be the same, that is 121. So on solving all this, we will get, here is 1089 plus 67. means we will get 1156 and upon 121. Now the second step is finding the square root of the number, putting the square root on the number, that is 1156 is equals to 121. I put a square root sign. Okay, so this square root will be same as the individual square root of these number. पहले हमने सब पे लगाया, अब हम इसे इंडिविजुअल नंबर के हिसाब से स्क्वायर रूट निकालेंगे. So how do we find? I'm going to tell you. We will take the prime factorization of these two numbers. So prime factorization is equals to 1 upon under root 1156 is equals to, now we will prime factorize in a same way which we have done earlier, like this will go with the divide by the 2. Now I will write my quotient here. 2 5 are 10, 2 7 are 14, 2 8 are 16. Now dividing by 2 again, it is 2 2 are 4, 2 8 16, 2 9 18. Now it will divide with 17 only. 17 times is 18, 289. Now 17 again, it is 1. Now taking out the square root of 121, that is 121 divide by 11, it will comes out 11. Now again 11, it is 1. So I can write it in a proper way like 1156 upon under root 121 is equals to 2 into 2 into 17 into 17 upon 11 into 11. Here we have already put a under root mark, so I will put a under root mark here. Okay, now what we will get? 2 into 2, it is a 2 square, so we can write it like 2 and it is 17, and we will put a square here. I told you that under root 2 is equal to the power 1 by 2, so I will write 1 by 2. I deducted this power and I got 2 into 17. Okay, now talking about the denominator also, I forgot. It is 11, 2 into 1 by 2, ये भी कट गया, and I got 11 in the denominator. Now 2 into 17, it is 34 upon 11. Okay, so I can write here like the prime one 1156 upon under root 11 is equals to 34 by 11, or this value was equal to this one, so I can write like in a mixed fraction form. We can write like this. So the square root of this number is 3. 1 by 11. Here is your answer. I taught you in so much elaborated form because I want you to get to understand all. Now look at this question. This one is in decimal form. We will try to convert this decimal form in simple fraction first. We have written like this. Now we will take the square root of these number. We can write like this, and this is the step where we will take the prime factorization of the number. 2 9 are 18, 2 8 are 16, 2 49 are 98. Now it will go with 2. No, it will not go with 2. So I'll divide this number with 7. Prime number 7 7 of 49, 7 1. Now I will divide this number with 2 first. 2 5 is the 10, 2, 25, 5, sorry, this is 5, and now 5 again is 1. Okay, I will put an under root mark on both the sides. Now keeping these two numbers in this form, I will get under root 196 upon under root 100 is equals to, the power will be deducted here, 2 into 7 upon 2 into 5. What I will get? 2 7 are 14, 2 5 are 10. Now dividing this 14 by 10, we will get 1.4. So the square root of 1.96 is 1.4. Here is the answer. Let's start the exercise 3.3. Question number 4. Here is the question is, for each of the following number, find the smallest natural number. What we need to find? The smallest natural number by which it should be multiplied so as to get the perfect square. Also find the square root of the number obtained. We are having a few of the numbers which is not a perfect square. 588 is not a perfect square, 720 is not perfect square, 2178 is not a perfect square. What we all need to do is, we will multiply this number with the smallest number which will make it a perfect square. Okay, so here we start with the first question, 588. The first step of solving these kind of question is taking the prime factorization. Prime factorization. How do we do the prime factorization? So here we can see this, that 588 is composed of the prime factors 2 into 2 into 3 into 7 into 7. Here we can see the 2 is in pair, thus 7 is in pair. But for making the square, each prime factor should be repeated at least twice. So here 3 is left unpaired. So what we will do, here 3 was left unpaired, so we will multiply both the side with 3 in order to make it a perfect square. Now here we are getting a perfect pair, which means it will be perfectly square. Now 588 into 3 is equals to 1764, and here we can write it like 2 square into 3 square into 7 square. We will take this square common, 2 into 3 into 7, we will take this square common, and what we will get? 2 3 6, 6 into 7 is equals to 42. 42 square is equals to 1764. Here in the this is your answer. Here it was written that we have to find the square root of the number so obtained. So we have find the square root of the number. Now I am solving question number 5 here. I took the prime factorization. I think you all can do prime factorization. Okay. Now I will write this 6300 as 2 into 2, 3 into 3, 5 into 5 into 7. Here all the numbers are in pair, means दो के कप pairs में. Only 7 is left unpaired. So I will write here 7 was left unpaired, so I multiplied both the side with 7. 6300 into 7, whereas 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5 into 7 into 7. Here now all the pairing has been done. 63 into 7, 44100 is equals to 2 into 3 into 5 into 7, and I will take a square on the top because it was twice. 2 3 6 5 30. Good morning students. Today we are going to solve question number 5 of exercise 3.3. So it is exactly similar as that of your question number 4, where we need to find the number which is unpaired, and we will multiply that number with the same number in order to make it a pair. Here we will prime factorize and find a number which will be unpaired. Okay, the unpaired number will be divided. Earlier it was multiplied, now we will divide these numbers with the unpaired number and try to find out the perfect square root. Let's start with the question number 1. First we will try to prime factorize the 1872. We can simply write it like this. Here we can see all numbers are in pair. Only third is remain left without unpaired. So what we supposed to do? We will divide both the sides with number 13. Earlier we were multiplying. Here we will divide the unpaired number. I divided both the side with 13, and here the 13 is deducted, and here there was no such number which can be divided by 13. So 1872 divided by 13. 13 1 are 13. Now I left with 57. 13 4 is a 52. 2 divided 2 subtracted from 7. Now 52 again. 13 was a 52. You can simply divide like in this manner. 1872 divided by 13. Two, 4, 4, 3, 12. Here is the answer. So the smallest number by which both the sides will be divided is 13, whereas the square of that particular number is perfect square of that particular number is 12. Got it? This is the only you need to do in this question. 7 is at the back, so we will divide it with the prime factor 3. 3 2 are 6. 3 4 are 12. 3 4 are 12. 3 9 are 27. 11. I will divide this with 11. Here I will get 8 5. 1 8 5 9. I'll again divide this with 11. Here I will get 169. I'll divide this with 13. Here I will get 13, and again divide this with 13, and remainder will be 1. So we will write it like 61347 is equals to 3 into 11 into 11 into 13 into 13. Now I left with, here I can say that 3 is remain unpaired. So I will divide this 61347 with 3, and this 3 into 11 square into 13 square with 3. These two will be cut, and I'll get 20449, and here I will get 13 square. Multiplying 13 with 11, I'll get 143 square. 20449. So the smallest number by which it should be divided in order to make the perfect square is 3, whereas the square root of it will become the perfect square of number 143. Here is the answer. Look at the third part of the question number 5. We will do it with the same format. Prime factorize this 3380. It can easily be divided with 2. 2 1 are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 9 are 18, and this is 0. Again I will try to divide with 2. 2 8 are 16, 2 4 are 8, 2 5 are 10. Again here I am getting 5 at the end, so I will try to divide it with 5. 5 1 are 5, 5 6 are 30, 5 9 are 45. I will divide the number with 13. Okay, now I can write this 3380 like 2 into 2 into 5 into 13 into 13. Or I can also write it like 2 square because it is a pair. Here 5 13 as a pair. Now we can see that here 5 is left unpaired. Okay, I can write like 3380 is equals to 2 square into 5 into 13 square divided by 5. Now 5 6 are 30, 5 7 35 and 5 6 are 30 again. So it is 2 into 13 square. 13 to this time are 26, 676. So the smallest number by which this number should be divided in order to get a perfect square is 5, whereas the perfect square will be 26. This is your answer. Now another question of the same type is 61347. We will follow the same rule, prime factorizing the number 61347. 61347. Here I will prime factorize. Here 7 is at the back, so we will. Good morning students, today we will solve a word problem. So the question is 4225 plants are there to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contain as many plants as the number of the rows. Okay, find the number of the rows and the number of the plants in each row. This means that if there are having 3 rows, the number of plants in each row is 3. If we are having 4 rows, the number of plant in each row will be 4. If we are having 5 rows, the number of plants in each row will be 5. Got it? The planting will be in this pattern. So here the total number of plants are given. All we need to find out the number of plants in each row. For that, what we will do? We will use the prime factorization method again. Total number of plants is equals to 4225. The number of rows is equals to the number of plants in each row. And the number of plant in each row will be equal to square root of 4225. For finding the square root, what we will do? We will prime factorize 4225. So we have factorized the equation. Here we can write 4225 is equal to 5 into 5 into 13 into 13, or all we can write is 5 square into 13 square, 4225. Putting the under square on both the side, 4225 is equals to under root 5 into 13 whole square is equal to 5 into 13. Here the under root means 1 by 2 power 1 by 2. This must be deducted like this, and 13/5 is the 65. And I told you the number of row is equals to under root 4225. So under root 4225 is equals to 65 is equals to the number of rows. And here I have written the number of rows is equals to the number of plant in each row. The number of plants in each row will also be 65. So here is your answer. Now look at this. Another question of the same type. The area of a rectangle is 1936 square meter. If the length of the rectangle is 4 times its breadth, find the dimension of the rectangle. We are having a rectangle whose area is 1936 centimeter square, where the length of the rectangle is 4 times of its breadth. So what we supposed to do, we will take breadth as unknown number. Breadth is equals to x. Now length is equals to, here it is written 4 times, so 4 into x, that is 4x. So the area can be written as length into breadth is equals to 1936 meter square. I can write it like x into 4x square is equals to 1936 meter square. Sorry, 4 into 4x. I can write it like 4x square is equals to 1936 meter square. Now the unit will be deducted because here the length and breadth will also be in meter. So meter into meter is equals to meter square. So the unit has been deducted. Okay. Now I can write it like 4x square is equals to 1936. Dividing 1936 by this 4. Square is equals to 484. Now I will try to factorize this. Breadth is equals to underscore 484. Now I will take the prime factorization of 484. I have factorized. I can write it like this. So x is equals to 22 meter, that is breadth is equals to 22 meter. Here I have mentioned that x is equals to breadth, whereas length is equals to 4 into x. So length is equals to 22 into 4 is equals to 88 meter. So I will write the answer like so. The dimension of rectangle is